Listen. Yeah. Yes, dog. Get that out of there. All right. Hey, everybody, it's your boy, Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in to another live review recap and a full dissertation, if you will. A lot of words will be said today for many of minutes. For what? But we're going to be talking about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, Episode 3. Monopulence. We got a little something on top of the microphone today, so hopefully that will help with my breath control. But shout out to DW for this today. We had to do an emergency run to the grocery store because there is a winter storm about to hit Houston again. And if you remember the last time I had to deal with a winter storm out here, the power was out for over a week. So we're just trying to be safe today. And yeah, the grocery store was quite packed. So if you're out in H-Town right now or in Texas in general, and you are quite prepared for what's going on, I suggest you hit that grocery store for just a second. Because yes, it was live today. I was like, oh my God, we had to wait in line at 12 o'clock in the afternoon for a long line. It was like, oh, what's happening here? But either way, I am so excited to talk about this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race with you today. I have so many opinions. D, I can already tell the difference. And I know y'all can too. I'm like, oh, this did need a little condom. A little rapid-a-dap up in here. So many opinions about this episode, and I have many different takes on some of these queens that we have fallen in love with. I don't dislike anybody right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. My Libra is going to be on the highest of level of balance today because I was like, I totally get where they're coming from. However, she can do what she wanted to, but at the same time, I get it. But then like, okay, but her, you know what I mean? Like my mind was like, I'm not mad at any of this. I asked for this kind of drama, but also, of course, Drag Race doing something a little bit different, same sort of style of things, this, that, and the other. I'm not mad at how any of this went down. Joella, as much as someone tagged you recently to beat me up, which, okay, that's another story of nonsensical proportions, but I'm not gonna lie. Whatever you're eating, drinking, smoking, toking, doing whatever is what book you read. As much as I'm going to say I'm not living for everything that's happening, I'm kind of living for everything that's happening. Like, I'm not the biggest fans of the looks right now, but this girl sat backstage and told these bitches, you know, I just don't want to be one of the iconic, like, local girls that go. That was the funniest shit on the planet because it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, but it was also like, what? Like I'd start naming a bunch of LA girls that I know had many things to say. I was over here like, girl, let me call mine and say, hold on, what, Laura Bernal, what's happening? I was like, wait, the iconic LA girls? Okay. Sure. But it was funny and I lived for that. Even what she did with Lucky was out of pocket. That was one of the craziest moments on television for me. I'm like, wow. I think Untucked may get an Emmy this year. Possibly. This Untucked is not bad at all. And I think this episode was highly entertaining. So I definitely want to just go ahead and get to it and start this up. I honestly finished this sort of like, I guess, slideshow of events and things not 10 minutes ago and just put this all together. It has been a very long morning for me, but worth it, if you will, because I'm so glad to spend some time with you this Saturday. So all my links are in the about section. I'll do sort of a longer rundown at the end of the video for that. But if you did want to find me on any other space or place, it is in my about section on my YouTube channel. You also know that I do reactions on Patreon exclusively for $1 a month. That's 25 cents a week. You can catch over 600 plus videos that I have recorded. And this episode I posted this morning at 5 a.m. So I had it bright and early for the girls. But I also have this most recent episode of The Traitors and the, of course, finale of Canada's Drag Race, a bunch of other shows too. So if you ever did want to just tune into my Patreon, it's a fun community over there. It's very much me, libations, maybe some food, and you catching my full raw reaction. So check me out over there. As a reminder, tomorrow is Sunday, and that is the panel day. You know, we do the panel each and every week when it is a main season on versus some of the other seasons in place. So we will be doing a panel episode tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be going over this episode as well as other hot topics and events. Yes, we are going to have some things to say about the lineup of people performing at that inauguration. Because old Snoop, I just knew. I knew it in my bones. I just knew. And Nelly, we just start liking you again. Regardless, I want the same energy that y'all kept for Chrisette, but we'll talk about it. I did see the recent GoFundMe for Mira Mangle. I know some folks are like, Matt, do you want to talk about that? Well, it's really none of my business what's going on. But like I said, I don't know what's happening with Mira. I hope she's okay. I know that some people were talking about that GoFundMe, but I, again, don't know the situation. All I'm going to do is just hope for the best for a person who may be going through something right now or is not in good space. So that's just where I would like to keep that energy going forward. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this as a reminder, because I am going to be, I have some things to say today. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by Matty-Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in. I'm a little bit of a talker. You may be here for a while. Don't post any spoilers in the chat, because why? And then if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, consume some Activia and have yourself a good, nasty thanks. Because, like, let's have fun today. We're not here to, like, I hate her. I hate that's no. Like, we could be like, girl, what? And they're like, no, ma'am. But if you're here to, like, vent your frustrations on another level of, you know, a diary or possibly a therapist conversation, it's not the space for that. We over here like to have fun and have cackle and kiki about this show. And of course, give our opinions, whether they be a little strong or a little light. But either way, at the end of the day, I feel this community that we've built is about supporting these individuals, because a lot of us do go to Drag Corner, we do go to our local bars, and we do support the dolls. And that is what I think is the most important. As a reminder, and the last reminder before I start this up, if you did want to drop a tippy poo in my jar along with a thumbs up, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App @MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Not necessary participation today, but certainly appreciate it if you will. But if you don't, that's fine. But a thumbs up, yes, must, have to. And get in the comment section and tell me your opinions about this week's episode. Y'all, the views have been wonderful lately, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I thank you for your support. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Of course, I'd love to start an Untucked. Love to. We're not. Oh, but I would love to. Because that shit was ridiculous. Okay, you know what, Louise? I'm going to be real with you. I am chopping Lucky's look, but I'm chopping it with an asterisk mark and like a full, let's have a label for it. Because I'm gonna have to give it the no ma'am. However, and we're in the panel chat talking about this. I may low-key give away some of tomorrow's conversation. I don't know how one of them is gonna talk, but we feel a little bad because this has been a trope when it comes to Drag Race with certain artistic individuals in general. But then my other side of me, the scales have tipped, and I go, well, the thing is, if you know this is going to happen, why not prepare for it just in case? That is the only issue I have with that, where I'm also like, I feel bad because it's like you can't do what you really want to do and what makes you comfortable. You have to go outside the box, and it puts you in a space where it's like, what the am I going to do? However, you know from the show what the assignments are going to be, and unless it's an unconventional challenge, yeah, they're going to want just garment work and then possibly you providing a corset, a wig, and a pair of heels. So that for me is where I go, I feel bad, but I go, just like Joella, all that they were talking. Okay, then, so now we came to this. You don't even know what to do. But it's the truth. Like, I get it. I get it. It's you feel bad, but you're going, all right, hopefully you can pull something out, because there were other people in there that probably didn't know what to do either. And it's like, well, I know how to drape. I know how to hot glue something. We're going to construct something together. I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's do what we got to do. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I have a lot of caffeine in my system right now, so please forgive me. The shot of espresso is hitting my body, so you may really hear me go in today, if you will. Where is my phone? Sorry. Okay, let me put it on Do Not Disturb. Yay. All right, let's get into it. But yeah, my chop comes with stipulations. And even Joella's look, I can't chop Joella's look. I chop it because it wasn't the category, but it wasn't a bad constructed body. It really wasn't. I was like, okay, I mean, that wasn't awful, but if she wore that on a Tuesday night, yeah, I'd be here for it, but not for the main stage. But we'll get there. Mona Lisa is walking in feeling it, bitch, because yes, I didn't have to go home first. Not only that, she's not the pork chop of the season like a lot of people were hoping that she would be. And, she pulled the lever that saved her life in this competition. So yeah, she's fooling her shit right now, and she should, honestly. Harmona, you kind of won me over this week. Not gonna lie, because you actually ate this challenge up. I was like, she can't. Oh, she can sew. Oh, the look was giving, and you was reading. Couldn't believe how this game started. Couldn't believe this episode. I thought we were about to walk in. It was going to be a little bit like, should have gone. Okay, we're done. We're moving on. Baby. When I tell you, Lexi got her flowers, and rightfully so. Shout out to Lexi Love, one of my favorites this season. I appreciate Lexi. She also has been clocking in on her services as far as being the talent on television, giving what needs to be giving. But when I tell you, these bitches started to talk about, well, how are we feeling about this past week? And of course, things that were said and what was done in Untucked. Okay. And when Hermona talking about, Joella's wig pushing back, I said, oh, now what's coming up here? To then trying to read her, bitch. And she said, well, Miss Thing, you're not really giving what needs to be giving anyway. So I was kind of gagged. I was actually gagged at her boat. I was like, oh my God, this bitch read Joella. Joella, you actually ooped. It was kind of funny. You went, oh. I was like, oh, okay. Again, the conversation of, I asked Joella her opinion, and, of course, Mama wasn't living for us, and I felt some kind of way about that. Lana, it is, Joella, I kind of wish you clocked her versus having a confessional moment about the situation when they were going through the actual voting. Because you were like, well, Miss Thing, you said you were giving me my flowers, yet you voted me so low. I mean, high key, we saw the performance too. So like, she had every right to vote you low. However, I was like, oh, girl, you should have clocked her right then. Maybe it happened. We didn't see it. But the fixture mug comment, I said, okay. It is wild to hear her say this with this beat. I was like, oh my goodness. Girl, fix your mug. I'm like, Hermona. I'm sorry, shit tickled. I was like, there is no way. But it's like, okay, all right, girl. At least she not taking it and going, everybody's mean to me, and we got to come around and be like, oh, Joella, are you feeling okay? No, girl, feel your dumb ass fantasy, because I'm loving it. I'm here for it. Read back. Do what you got to do. The top premiere girl in Los Angeles. Cackling. Picture mug. I said, Hormona, don't even move. That was how to just touch her. Don't even move, sister. This is fun. So somebody, I know I was looking at something online and somebody was like, I feel like everybody's mean this season. Y'all, I have asked for this. I have asked for it. Playful shade. Some of it can get a little like real time. Okay. But a lot of it is playful. Corey gets dragged, bitch. And Corey's like, and you right, show right, I did. Kind of walked out like that. That's why I can't hate Corey. As much as some people don't care for Corey, I'm sorry, that girl can take shade. She can take a reading. She can take shade. She's not up in there getting all locked up in the feelings a little bit. There are moments when she's like, girl, she's trying to come for me. And it's like, yeah, but if they clock you, they clock you. And I live for that. Live for that. And also, Crystal has been coming out of her shell. The first episode, I didn't really see a lot of Crystal. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, what is this Backstreet Boy going to give? Bitch. A lot of girls came up this episode. This was fun to watch this go down. But also I was like, ooh, we're going to have some rivalries and we're going to have a little bit of tough conversations going forward after this one. Because on your nerve, you also won me over this episode. No shade. No shade. No shade. I was like, Anya's cool, but I was waiting for something to really hit me. And something today, I said, oh no, I kind of live. I also like that Jules is not no puss either. I was like, yo, this is good. Nobody's puss. I kind of live, bitch. No, even Casey forgot about puss. I was like, okay, all right. The girls are giving this season. So this beginning was kind of fun, to be honest with you. And it was a little bit shade back and forth between Joella and her Mona Lisa. You know, everybody was living for that. But it's also like, this is a competition. We got to play a game today. The next day, Anya is kind of reading the room a little bit because it does feel, and they have expressed that they don't really have a group that they're a part of in the scene, but also playing a game and looking at this on a competition level, you can tell they're locked in. And it's like, we're going to have to see how this is going to go going forward. I am concerned for Anya in these cases, but this isn't Traitor, so she should be fine. She should be fine, but it may be a little tension in the workroom, and that definitely happened. Definitely happened. So it is what it is. Moving forward here, RuPaul steps into the workroom with this suit. Do we like this suit? Can I hear the live chat say something? Do we like the suit? It's interesting for me. I haven't decided yet. I really haven't decided how I feel about the suit. I like the coat. I like the coat and the shape of the coat and the big ass shoulders. I'm kind of here for that. I don't know about them pants. And Mama had heels on. I said, Ru, you come in there giving all kinds of beanstalk. I'm here for it, baby. Climb on up. It's a giant of a room. I'm not mad at it. It's a bit big. But that may be something that's coming back in style very well. Yes, it is actually, because girls have been wearing big suits lately. Either way, RuPaul is getting excited. You may get that Emmy again this year. I'm just going to tell you, these first 3 episodes have been wonderful. RuPaul in Asia. They have been, friend. I'm sorry. I'm like, Ru, you've been giving it to me. I like this theme. And I honestly was surprised. Did we get a RuPaul Monopoly? Like, I don't think we got that today. They just did Monopoly in general. And I was waiting for Ru to sort of like plug her Monopoly's box. That didn't happen. I thought that was odd because it is technically a Monopoly box. So I think they were just like, just say Monopoly in general. So it's just a broad scale of like, if they get it, they get it, Because she's technically, there is a RuPaul Monopoly box. I don't know why. Do I have that? I don't have that. My friend asked me if I wanted it. I was like, I don't know. I should have got it. Because my other friend, shout out to Gerald, he loves Monopoly, and we always give him a hard time because we just don't want to play it. Because that game, girl, like, there is no such thing as a quick game of Monopoly, unless you're playing Monopoly Go. And even then, that takes a long time. Like Pokemon TCG Go, but that shit, baby, you got to do more than just check in and stuff now. Like, even when it is, like, those games take a second. But, like, this game, it's the only reason I don't like playing it. We're going to be here forever. We're going to be here forever. We're going to be here forever. But I do like it. It is fun. It needs to be a day when there is no power. You're just with your friends or whatever the case may be, and there is nothing else to do. Because, child, I'm over here about to be in the blue ranks for Tekken 8. Shout out to my Ling Xiaoyu players. I have switched my main. I am no longer a June main. I was good at June, but I'm very good at Ling. I'm very good. I was so surprised. I was like, oh my God, I think I like her. Back to this, though. Monopoly is a cool game. I thought this was a great idea for a challenge, especially with design, because they're incorporating these spots on the Monopoly board and with the colors specifically that they have to do. And they must create an outfit with the materials that are provided specific to that color. They cannot use anything else from themselves outside of a wig that they have or shoes and a corset. So, you prefer the game of life, Keanu Waves? Keanu Weaves. Keanu Waves, my bad. Life is a fun game, but also it can be a little that, if you will. It could be a little one of those games where, well, shit, what's my life going through and why am I rolling dice for like horribleness? Why wasn't brown a color choice? Cam, I'm gonna tell you why. Because RuPaul said, "Can I get the yellow girls here?" I can see her, and so can I get the brown girls over here again? I'm just saying, and Sam Star walks up. Just being clear. Talk about why isn't there brown? So you know damn well why there were no brown spaces. We didn't even hear her say release the slaves for a good second. All right, I'm just playing, but it's true. It's true. No, my game. If we're gonna do a board game, Clue. Da-da-da. And I have the Bob's Burgers Clue set. Shout out to my friend Jeff for this birthday present. It was great. I'm a Clue guy. Yeah, I'm a Clue guy. Sorry's fun too, Roman. I'm a fan of Sorry as well. I'm here for it. They could have just done a board game. I think they've done that already, though. Yeah, I think they have done that. Clue's fun, especially if you know how to play. Like, you just have to, if you know how to play, it's a fun game. If you don't, it can be like, okay, what the hell is going on here? But I personally like a game of Clue. But yes, so again, like I said, they have the materials that are provided for them based off of what spaces that they pick up. They will have that color. What also was cool is that whatever the value is on the card, they get the money. So everyone got a little tip today. Everyone got a little tip today. That means that Lucky did leave with some coin tots. Little bit, but they left with some coin tots though. Hope they got that money for real. I think they did. They better have. Just to be clear. I know Cash App is not the one providing the money this year. Still, it's like, yeah, I believe they got the coin to-dos. If y'all know who this is it Assad? I can't remember his first name. He's straight for the ladies. How you doing? But he's also married with kids. I know that because I watched the challenge and he's somebody that's on the challenge. He gets on my nerves the majority of the time that he's there because he plays the alliance game and it's like, oh my God. But yes, that's why I pick crew don't really do it for me no more. Either way, everyone picked a space. This is the easiest way for me to do this because I was like, baby, I just told you that everyone got money. That's all you need to know. Moving forward, let's talk about those who chose what they chose. For the green spaces, Pacific Avenue, $300, Joella. Then we got North Carolina Avenue. North Carolina, go on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Swing around your head, spinning like a helicopter. This one's for you, us. Who am I? Pity paw, mother. I'm sorry, every time. Every time. Every time North Carolina, there is no way that song is never coming out. Bitch, are you crazy? That song was my world in school. We used to bump that out here in Houston. I'm serious. And it also was like the music video was on 106 in Park all the time. All the time. I'm telling my age. That's just like just bought a Cadillac. Throw some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna go somewhere. That did not happen, but that song was Bob. Anywho, we've got Joella with $300. We've got On Your Nerve getting another 300 as well, North Carolina Avenue, and then Jewel Sparkles, Pennsylvania Avenue. The Green Girls. Come on, Green. Come on, Green. Then we got Boardwalk for $400 that was stolen from Lana Jarre. Not Crystal stealing property from Lana. No, I'm not gonna make that more than what it is. But if we read a lot into that, oh my god, color random display. I was like, oh, not you stole her land. Oh my god. No, I'm just playing. But mind you, Crystal got a spot, like one of the cards that you can steal something from somebody. So, like, why wouldn't you take the $400, the highest prize from some? So, hello. But then Lana had a take someone's money card, which is a gag, take half of it, and then took 200 from that girl. So, technically, she only got 200 cointadas from this. She still got a good card with Boardwalk because that blue is always going to give, in my personal opinion. Then Sam Starr picked Park Place for $350. 350. Now on over here, we have the yellow team with Acacia with Atlantic Avenue. I can't see how much that was, but she had money. Now we have Corey King with Ventnor Avenue for $260 and Marvin Gardens with Lydia Butthole Collins. These two are conjoined. Corey, I know you tapped that. And if you didn't, God bless you, because child, it is giving me you share hotel room. Okay. It's giving me Brokeback Mountain, except a little bit. No, it wouldn't be that. That'd be two. No, it doesn't. It gives me Max Con or anywho. God bless these kids. I hope they're having fun. Be safe out there. But yes, this is the yellow team. And I thought, well, not why am I saying team? They're not teams. Come on, Matt, get through this. Then we got our Mona Lisa with Tennessee Avenue from Tennessee. So that worked out perfectly for her. Then we have Lucky Stars from St. James Place. And then Lexi Love with New York Avenue. Then we have the Red Girls, Ariete, Indiana. Susie Toots, Kentucky. And Lingerie, Illinois Avenue, who after doing, she picked Boardwalk, they got it stolen, they took half the money back, and then picked Illinois Avenue. So for me, didn't Lana get the most money out of this? Technically. Is that what happened? Didn't Lana get the most money out of this? Because she stole 200, then picked 240. So that's 440, right? Yeah, we can do math. I think a lot of you low-key lucked up. High key. And red is a great color. We've got 200 in the room right now. Yay. Give yourselves a round of applause, whether you stay or not. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate all of you for being here today and tuning in. We're talking about one of our favorite TV shows, Mina Co. You don't think I don't see you? Hold on. Where's this camera? Little girl, what you about to do? Now all the people see you. What you about to do? You want to talk about it? Because I just saw you put your paws on this cat. Can you not? I love you. You know how I feel. Hi, baby girl. What? Love you, but don't get on that counter or we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem. I had to put my baby girl on blast. I'm like, out the corner of my eye. Cause I was like, oh, what you see the mic covers. That's what you want to get to. Those aren't toys, sweet pea. Do you want one of them? Oh, she about to hop back up. Lord Jesus. Let me give her some time to shine. My child will be a part of this conversation today. There you go. For my cat people out there, get ready. It's coming. Yep. Miss Thing, I know you've lost your mind. All right. Oh my God. Okay. Back to the show. We got the red team. Oh, not team. Mina, you're messing me up. Ashlyn, I see you on my Venmo, baby. Thank you so much for the tippy poo. Haven't caught a live in a while. Just saying hi. Well, Ashlyn, hi. Thank you so much for the tippy poo on my Venmo. I appreciate you, my baby. Let's move on. We don't really need to dive into everybody's like fashion journey because of course we saw what we saw, but we can talk about the stress, the main points of view here, and what happened in this workroom prior to getting to the stage. I knew Lucky was going to be in trouble. I think we all knew Lucky was going to be in trouble. We were hoping for something different, especially for those of you who were rooting for Lucky. But I was like, ooh, the moment I don't work with this, I don't know how to sew, I don't got that together. I said, oh my God, she either going to be able to make it through and be lucky that day, or possibly have to lip sync and she gonna cut the fuck up, or it's gonna be trouble. And it was trouble. I want to know why she picked certain materials, or maybe that's what was left, because if I was a friend, I would have had that girl drape. Why are you constructing all of this? No, 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 no. As a friend, I would not have had that baby constructing all that crap. Bitch, drape something together, wrap this around, even if it's like, not possibly going to get you in the top, it could keep you safe. If you're in the bottom, you can move a lot better and not look as crazy as you high key did. Because I was like, whoa, I'm sorry. As much as y'all live for her, I was like, this thing look a mess. Now over here on the blue side of, I wouldn't say red side of it, but it's the blue side today. Crystal and Sam are ready to show the girls their skills in sewing, while Jules also has a little repertoire of her own. They're ready to see who's going to pop up in a bodysuit. Guess what? Coming soon. Now, Jules, I'm here for you, bitch. You put a lot of work into this dress. I'm kind of sad that you low-key barely could walk in this shit. I know you were like trying to read Anya, and I get it, but I was like, you had to scoot and boogie across the stage and look really silly. Like, no shade. It was still a lot of work and detailing that went into the dress. So I have to give what it needs to give, because I was like, bitch, it was right. I just wish you could have walked better because it looked crazy. We got to see Jules' process, and we can see that Ariadne is like, I'm ready for this win. I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm the fashion girls. The fashion girls were giving a spotlight this week, and I did like that. And I do like the design challenges. Oh, Joella. Oh, Joella. I don't want to say that if I was somebody in this position, I would have chose a different person that knows how to sew and their advice on what to do with said sewing and situation, because you said you didn't even know where to start. Oh, yes, Mina, I know. You said you didn't even know where to start. And I was like, and you want to go over here. Now, okay, so I'm not trying to read, sister, but you are in designing women time. Okay. So your aesthetic is a bit different from what Joella thinks is her fantasy. You hear me? So, like, that lady pointed you to the fabric that they hated the most. High key. I was like, maybe that was the stretch, that was what you needed, or whatever the case may be. I didn't think it was that bad, but I was like, I would have asked somebody else. Or better than that, I would have probably wanted to have at least a pattern ready to go, so I wouldn't have to ask nobody, because this is not the time to be doing this right now on the episode that is 3 and no one's gone home first and it now can be you. It's a cack. I was like, oh, she's in trouble. She is in trouble. RuPaul does her walkthroughs and gets sort of an idea of what everybody's going to do. And I did love these conversations. She lives for Anya Nerve, lives for her. But also she mentioned, I met you, Hermona. Everybody turning around and being like, I'm like, yes, we have now heard this. And I'm hoping for the last time. And that was Ru doing that. So I don't want to hear nobody. Well, she keeps on mentioning, Ru mentioned it. So now we can let that go. And maybe now we don't have to hear about it. I'm here for, again, Ormona, that was cool. I remember watching the video, but I'm like, wow. We are, okay. This is also her first walkthrough. Now, did I not tell you? Did I not speak on this? What did I say? What did I say? I said, in order for this to give what it needs to be given, and this was what happened last year when they did this Raider Queen nonsense. Why are you not showing the results? Oh, you have heard us as an audience. You have gone to Twitter. You have gone to TikTok. May not be for us in the US very soon. 9-0. Couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, really? Okay. This was smart. And Ru, how you did this was nasty because you were about to walk away and you said, okay, wait a minute. Let me turn around. By the way, in case you wanted to take a look at this, here are the results from your Raider Queen. We told them to do this because we knew this would be good television. And guess what, everybody? We were correct. Now, there are times where I know us as an audience are on some bullshit. And we're like, you need to do this for television. But this time, pay attention. Because the audience is going to tell you what you need to hear to get you your goddamn Emmys and your monies, because we want to watch the show too. As much as you want to make this and keep being rich, we want to watch the show too. Make this goddamn thing interesting. And this made it interesting because now no one can hide. And it exposed several people. And that's good because you don't need to hide in the dark. Call them to the floor, bitch. So yes, I took a screenshot of every goddamn voting result, and Corey's knuckles, wrist, shoulder, bicep, arm. All right. Because that's what I'm imagining. The cameraman was like this behind Corey. Like, God damn you, girl. Oh, yeah. Anywho. Susie too with her votes. Again, majority was in first and second with Lana being fourth. And Susie's like, why would you vote me fourth? But again, this isn't some people are not voting based off of, oh my God, that was amazing. They're trying to keep people in the competition. Jules Sparkles got second with Crystal saying first, Corey, Lexi, Sam having a second place, and everyone third. Jules got good results. These are fine. Lucky's was a little across the board, but nothing towards the 6th and 7th place, so they were going to be fine. With that adding up, that's how they ended up third. For those who were like, oh, they know I get second. Well, there you go. Now you know. Ariete being fourth and Lana giving them first, and they're like, oh, something about that's a little interesting. You thought Ariete's was good, looking at all this people that placed it 6th. Are you in an alliance? I mean, they're not voting anymore, so what is the alliance? And they weren't told vote on who is the best. You can do this via strategy. Like Plain literally changed the entire score in her favor to make sure that like Nymphia wouldn't go, come on now. Like that was smart to do because it's like, okay, wait a minute. I know they're gonna like this. So let me flip that around and then take it to this level. So that way I know I'm gonna beat this competition. So Lana giving first to her, third and 6th, of course. It's like, oh, you didn't like my performance. Some people were feeling some kind of way. Lydia, but Collins, I love they did this B-star part for that. Crystal's just like, I wasn't here for your butthole puppet. A lot of people weren't. Why am I hearing this child go off in the background? Joella could tell that they already weren't feeling her fantasy. And so all she needed to say was, I just want to see my picture. Don't know if anything else was said outside of that edit, right? Uh, and we already know who was in seventh, of course, in case you forgot. The following week, again, Lexi across the board was first, period. She had 4 people voting first and 3 people on the second marker, with Crystal having, I thought this was wild. It's like 4 people did second and then others did fourth. I'm like, oh, that's how she ended up there. Lana Jarrett was third. And what's interesting is if someone had voted second for her out of either the 4th or 3rd position, maybe the 4th position, Lana could have possibly been like tied for second, which I thought was like, what? That was wild. But then they see that Ariete voted first and it's like clocked. Okay, y'all clearly voted for each other. And some people felt a ways about that, but Lana and Ariete are like, bitch, this is a competition. Girl, we were trying to make sure that we weren't in the bottom, and now we're here, so here you go. We weren't trying to pull a level. Sam was gagged. Couldn't believe Lydia put her in the bottom. Like, excuse me? You weren't living for me, girl? And it's like, well, yeah, that's not my fantasy. Like, wait, hold on. Where is Lydia's score again? While she's like, you didn't like my performance. Hold on. Where did Sam vote her? Sam voted her 4th. Okay, I think I get why Sam's upset. I think I get why Sam's upset. I think Sam's like, well, bitch, if I had known that, I would have voted you completely. Gave her show a 4. And that girl, you put me last. Wild. Sorry, that is kind of funny. Looking back at that. Let's see here. We were at Sam. On Your Nerve got 5th. Joella is the only person that gave them first. No one second, no one third. Lydia and Susie 4th. 5th was Acacia, and Lucky, and 6th was Jules. I mean, Anya was like, oh, but the girls were telling me that they were living for my performance, but yet here we go. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, maybe they were bringing, I think they were bringing up the outfit in terms of like, because people were voting both on the look that they presented on the stage that day and the performance itself. Who is flying? What is going on? Oh, my cats are running all over the place. Sorry, Mamu done stepped on me and scared the shit. Oh, Corey was almost last place. Lucky gave them 7th place. Acacia and Ariete and Lydia gave them 6. Jules, Joella, and Susie 5th. I mean, this is not how I would have rated the talent show. If they were doing maybe the runway, totally maybe. But I was like, this is wild. But you see, Corey wasn't like, girl, why y'all vote me? None of that. It was like, well, I was almost last. If we have Joella being delusional as a fantasy that we can be entertained by, I'm sorry. Something about Corey literally being like, I'll be the villain this season, but also getting read and receiving the reads, to me is just so funny. It's like, girl, she's like, I'm gonna drag these bitches. Then they drag her and she'd be like, oh, okay, but low key, okay, you clocked. I don't know, but Corey was almost last place. I thought that was wild. And her Mona Lisa, well, the majority were like, nah, not so much, with Lucky feeling the fantasy a little bit more than Corey's performance. And Lydia also, I think, gave pity points this week. No shade. So, bow. It was a gag. Some of the girls felt some kind of way. Others were just like, this is funny, but also like, oh, thank you for the scores. It did leave a sour taste in a few people's mouths. And of course, it is going to be something that is carried a little bit because now they know how people felt about them. I love it. Here we go. Trimgate. Dun, da, da, da. All right, everybody. This is where we get to go through this wonderful ride of fuckery because I thought this was crazy, but at the same time, I'm going to be on both of these people's sides because I'm a true Libra in this moment. Because I loved it. 250 plus of you in the room right now. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me, please. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Matty-Rants. Thank you, DW. Like, this microphone cover is honestly doing the Lord's work right now. But make sure that before you let go, before you leave this video, leave a comment in the actual comment section about this episode today and tell me your thoughts on it here. And if you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App, $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Shout out to JMC. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Tippy poo. Heartbroken to lose Lucky Stars. Oh, I'm sorry that one of your faves went home, babe. I was actually interested to see what some of these other looks were. Even if I didn't like them, my mind was set like, what's Lucky going to do next week? What's Lucky going to do next week? I want to see what sort of craftsmanship is going to be put to work. It's like watching Home Improvement, but for gays. Like, I'm here for it. Or a Hobby Lobby that's less homophobic. Either way, Anya Nerve and Jules Sparkles here. Now, mind you, let's remember what happened during the Raider Queen results, where Jules and Anya got into it a tad bit over the rankings of each other. And it was Anya being a little bit like, why would y'all give me these kind of low scores? And Jules explaining herself to say, like, I just didn't like what was going on with the dress. And she's like, well, your pant crotch was too low for your last look. And the girls were gagged. It was like, oh, okay. I mean, a lot of people are asking questions and people are answering and then they're returning it with, well, I didn't like this either. So as much as some folks can say, well, that's not fair if you ask the question, it's like, well, yeah, but if she don't like the answer, she can respond the way she wants to respond. Just like how other girls are doing too. Sometimes everybody was, if you will, doing it to each other. I don't know how we're not seeing that, where someone will ask the question and then when they hear it, they're like, all of them are doing it. They're all doing it to each other. It's kind of okay. Like, I'm all right with that because it's like, well, now say what you want to say because now you're telling the truth versus you being like, thank you for what she said. I'm just going to sit back and not tell you how I originally felt about it. No. Tell the truth. You didn't like her dress either. So why are you playing in her face like that? So when you ask her how she feels, then she clocks it. Then you tell her the truth. Oh, now it's aha. So that's, again, I get it. This is also TV. Please say stupid shit. Please do the dumb stuff. Everybody needs to contradict each other. Please, if you will. Like, get me back to those days where everybody was wrong. But I get Jules' frustration in this moment because, yes, she did help Anya with her dress, right? Mind you, Jules did a lot of work with hers. At the same time, she told her, and I had to look back at that. I was like, let me rewind this. She did tell her that she was using the material. Now, I didn't hear her say, you can't use this, but she did say she was using the material. All right. We have seen through the design challenges that sometimes when girls take items, it is their item and then others ask if they can use it. And it's a yes or no question. Like, yes, you can, no, you cannot. I heard, are you using this? Yes, I am. I didn't hear, and this is not me taking away Jules' moment. I'm just giving you a little bit of how Anya may have read that situation before it went where it went. I didn't hear, I'm using this, you cannot use it because I really want to use it for my dress. Now, I don't know if that needs to be stipulated and put in there, but there is no rule about them having the item themselves and then like they can't have, the other person can't do it. I think it's more so a unwritten rule or a moment of how they look at it as in, hey, please respect, this is the idea I have and I don't want you using the same trim as me because they're going to compare the two if we get to the runway and say we're both my water. and say we're both up here. This is why I get Jules's argument, and I also get Anya's, because it's like, well, girl, you're doing something else. I don't even think you want to use this no more. Who's to say that you just left this on the table? Let me use this now, because I'm already completed with one part of my dress. I want to use it. It's Anya wrong for not clarifying, yes, can I use this? Jules should have addressed it then and there. She didn't have to. Let me clarify. She didn't have to. That boiled over, and that's what we got. And that's what we're going to get for the rest of this, because it's clearly going to be held on. It's like, clearly this is going to be a problem. Even in Untucked, I was like, oh, they're still mad. She should have clocked it right then and there. She waited. She stewed in her anger and her frustration with her. And then when she got to Arietti and wanted to air out, and don't you talk to a Libra about mess. Don't you come over to a Libra about mess, honey. We eat that. We eat it up. We eat that up. You should have clarified, Anya. But I also get it. It's like, bitch, you doing all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, you should clarify. But you probably thinking, oh, we all sharing. I don't want to do all that. You shouldn't have assumed. But I also get what you did, which you did. This is a competition too. It is a competition. So it's like, but not me the entire time. I love it. I was in so much conflict watching this episode. I love it. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm getting excited about the bullshit. I have super chat. CJ, thank you for the super chat. Anya, that girl who can sell the fantasy. They mad. Thank you so much for the super chat, CJ. I appreciate you, my baby. DW, hey friend. I didn't like the line down the middle of Jules' dress, but did like the stoned throughout. But I wish there was the "Who Gun Check Me Boo" meme here. The thing is that when I think I don't know if Anya used all the material or not, or if it was just like, oh, she took it and now I'm just not going to finish it. Maybe it would have looked completely different. Possibly. Because she said she wanted to like line that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So it's possible, yes, that not even possible. It did affect her final outcome. So I get it. I hated this, but I loved it. Lucky struggling on the sewing machine and everybody trying to help is beautiful, but it's also sad at the same time, because for me, this was the writing on the wall. Like, either we're going to watch her struggle and then the next day she comes in, I feel better about myself, and then pulls out a look where she's safe, because we've seen that storyline before, or she's going to come in and continue to work on something ugly. And that's what happened. But I did feel bad, because I was like, ooh, nothing lucky about this at all. And you working with orange, a hard color in my opinion, even though orange looks good on me. Now, you would think that our drama, because we haven't gotten to the rest of the argument with Jules and Anya yet. I'm just prefacing it by what I just said, right? You would think that's the only thing that would happen in the workroom, and I'm so used to that happening. Girl, we had multiple instances of fuckery. You're joking, Drag Race. Yes, we're so bad. We had multiple instances in one episode, several moments of, oh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? It's like, and I love I just love that it was a confessional. Like, hey, this was off camera. I love that. This reminds me so much of Tamisha Iman and like that Candy moment, or like even with Candy and Heidi in Closet, where it was something happened that was off camera. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, it was very much like, okay, like, oh, all right. Hold on, I started reading something and I got off. My apologies. Hold on, I want to say, Isaiah, I can see why you get hyped and quick to side with the Houston Queen, because I was ready to hop through TV when they were jumping my girl Untucked. She handled it well, remained unbothered. I'm assuming you are talking about Cleveland on your nerve and not Joella, right? Is that right? Listen, when it's your hometown, especially when you know your local girls, you always want to like show love. Like, mind you, I saw Mistress Isabel Brooks on New Year's Eve. She got me and my friend shots. Shout out to Mistress. We saw her at JR's. And again, you know, it was a little key and all that good stuff, but that's your local, those are your girls. Those are the people that you go see and you support, that you know are always going to give it to you, and you got to show up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about when y'all know I go to Blackberry's brunch, Blackberry from Dragula, shout out to Blackberry, at Rich's on Sundays all the time. And I'm always bringing my friends. I'm always like, you ain't been to a drag brunch? Let's go. Oh, you want to come with me this week? Let's go. Darnell can speak on that, period. And, you know, it's always different performers and stuff. You always meet new people. Sometimes we meet folks from Dallas, across Texas, Louisiana, different cities. That's how I saw Mulan Alexander for the first time. I've never seen her perform until I went to Rich's. Everything. I had never seen Giselle Barbie Royale in person. I've seen her on like videos and shit, and I knew she was like performing a couple of times. I was at places, but I never got to see her. I saw her front and center for brunch, and bitch, that was one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. God forgive them, for they may sin. If that lady ever makes it to Drag Race, if Giselle ever get on this show, it's over. Especially if she's at the bottom, they have to lip sync. God forgive them. That lady will emote you under the table. You know what I'm saying? So I like shit like this, and I get it when we get emotional about queens. I just am never going to ride for the attack at dawn people and the folks that take it personally. Like, again, I had someone literally at Joella to beat me up and then call me a whore on Twitter because I made a post about somebody attacking Lana. And I'm like, can y'all just not attack these queens over a TV show and make this so personal and be like, I used to like you, but I fucking hate you now because you said something on TV that pissed me off? That's weird, bro. Like, enjoy the show. Realize this was filmed over like a year ago, and everybody's under the constraints of like hours of television and being filmed in long ass days. And like, these are real emotions. I would hope that we would hold the same space for you in any situation as well, where you're stressed and you're trying to do something. Like, Jesus Christ. So, and if Joelle fell away, girl, if she want to fight, let me know. But like, Joella commented on it too, and she's like, "Stop coming for our sisters." I just sometimes we just take this way too seriously. Is all I'm saying. Like, have fun with the show. If you didn't like shit, talk about it. But like, some of the things y'all be like, just taking it to the level. I'm like, it ain't that deep. Don't get me started on Traitors. Don't get me started on Housewives versus Drag Race. Whoa, honey. I can't. Y'all are finding out a pocket full of gays that don't know about Drag Race. They're like, how dare you not know about Housewives? Where it's now the Drag Race girls also being like, how dare you not know about Drag Race? And I'm like, we can't watch nothing. We can't enjoy nothing. So let me get back to the show here. Lexi Love clocked her Mona Lisa and was like, bitch, you use jewels and stones that were not provided. That's from your own collection, and that's against the rules. Now, Lexi, you're a real one for this because you did it off camera. You did it off camera to the point to where Hormonal had to actually remove said stones and then carry this storyline on camera, which is great. This could have been easily edited out if Gays of Hollywood or whatever the fuck that show was on this network. And this also didn't actually need to be on here, if we're really honest, but in reality, yes, it did. I'm thinking about the ways they could have edited this episode. I'm like, you didn't actually have to include this. I'm glad you did. It added even more to what was going on in the room, because technically, and this could have been really shady, let's say she told her what she could do and she didn't remove them. And let's say that was never included, but it was something that was mentioned at like later on, right? Like say she did really well and they're in Untucked, and like, that's bullshit that you got in the top and you got to use those stones. Or she used them, she was going to be graded. They kept Lexi up there on purpose, or somebody else just to say it, or someone that knew the tea and was like, hold on, before you say that, before you go there. That would have been nasty television. This was also just as good, because Hermona was like, I don't want to get in trouble, one, but I'm also pissed she clocked me because now I have so much more work to do and I don't know how to feel. Like, she's conflicted. Thank you for the advice. At the same time, why you in my shit? But at the same time, like, now you done messed up my drag. And Lexi's like, bitch, it's not personal at all. I'm just trying to help you out because technically you did break the rules. And if you had won over me, fuck that. To her face immediately before they even walked in the room. That's how I know Lexi a real one. I handle this off camera. We're now on camera talking about it. I love it. I loved it. Loved it. Now, when our girls get their Ponderosa together, I'm going to use Jackie Christie terminology here. The Ponderosa that's happening right now between Jules and Arietti, like they always do, because they're makeup buddies. And they're literally talking about Anya Nerve, and she's a chair away. They're not whispering. What was Anya gonna do? Just sit there and listen to you talk about her the entire time? That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I cannot. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second here. I'm sorry, that shit was ridiculous to me. It was funny, but I was just laughing because I was just like, girl, you was right there. Like, let's not do this. I'm not gonna hear what girl, you could please. So Jules is still upset about the trim ceiling moment and feels it was like disrespectful and it was shady. And Anya was like, well, first of all, I thought we were sharing stuff here. I didn't realize this was going to be a big deal. You know, like, why not tell me what's up to my face, this, that, and the other? You're just talking about me over here, right? This got a little strong. If you this got a little strong. Because as much, Jules, I hear your argument. Anya was kind of cacking. Anya was cacking. And I did. And I took what I needed. So over here like, oh. I said, yeah, Jules got a right to be mad. However, I was like, oh. Oh. Well, did she use Enigma? That we never discussed. That was never confirmed if she used all of it. It didn't look like she used all of it. It looked like she used some of it, and then Jules just didn't want to use the rest of it because it was like, well, she took all of the trim and she's now using it. So what's the point of me doing all of that? That's how it looked to me versus taking all of it. That was where I was like, well, you know, I mean, you could have continued with the look, but again, you were trying to be different than everybody else. I get Jules has an argument, but it's the way Anya was like, okay, so yeah, but I'm sorry, it was just so funny to me. Oh, it was the back and forth. Have your moment because you're not gonna have too many. I said, Jules, at least she cacked back. I said, Anya was getting you a little bit, and then mind you, Crystal, you jumped in for some odd reason talking about, well, how did this happen? I believe these two are arguing here. I know you want to interject to save your sister, whatever. Let them have it. You see how Corey and Lana were sitting in the back just cackling and watching, and everyone else is too. Just sit back. Let them have their moment. Because low-key, you weren't a part of this situation. Y'all didn't share the trim. That's between those two. And hear me out on this, y'all. You can be not on Anya's side. I'm okay. I think we will be okay not agreeing with each other here. I agree on both levels to both sides of this. So if you want to say, Matt, choose a side, I'm not going to. I refuse. I refuse. I see her point of view. I see her point of view. I'm afraid don't put me in the Supreme Court. We're going to be waiting forever for a decision from me. I can barely order food. I'm just going to be real. So I get it. Sorry. I'm not going to be able to be like, I hate her. I am. Nope. Can't do it. I'd be bad if I was Jules. I also would be like Anya, where, bitch, you talking about me right here. Say what's up now. Say what's up. Yeah, I did take it. Now what? Like, honey, I would have been in that room like, I'm just doing my makeup. I also would have told myself, if I have to be in a situation where me and Anya or like sharing kinds of fabric and stuff, I'm going to put certain things not in view. I'm just not going to put things in view that I really want. Like, I would take a mental note in this moment while I'm getting beat. All right, girl, we end up in something. I'm just going to put that to the side. I'm gonna mind my business. She cool though, but like, girl, you hear that shit? And why Jules not say this is me in the workroom? And why Jules, bitch, she over there talking to Arietti. Girl, why she not say that to her face? She over there just talking about her. See, that's what happened. That's why Anya got her. That's why she really mad, bitch. Okay, that's why she pissed. Yeah, because she's like right there. Why you say that to her face? Corey, oh, never mind. I know you ain't got the powder. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Have your moment because you're not gonna have another. All right, Sparkle, be the. All right, Sparkles. All right, Sparkles. Come on, Jordan. I would have had a blast doing my makeup here and all this. Like, you're kidding me. You're kidding. Oh, we're doing this over Trim. Got it. I'm sorry. Lexi Love, you have one more she-devil comment in you before I turn into Raven's color. Are you serious? Not you're telling us, you know, I thought Sam was racist, but he's not. He's actually really cool. In so many words, that's what's being said. I'm sorry you may not take it that way, but if you know the she-devil the history, yes, that is literally what's being said. Oh my God in heaven, hallowed be that name. That is, man. But you know what? I like Sam too. I do like Sam. My family's from Alabama, so I also get a lot of where Sam is coming from and all that kind of good stuff. You know, I don't know. Sam's cool. I also think Sam's good TV. I did have a different take on this runway as far as who should have won and who should have been in the top. But I find Sam to be a contender, and they have definitely been polished throughout. My respect to it, because the pageant girls are not playing this season. I appreciate that. Can we give them a round of applause because the LED screens are being used appropriately? And this Monopoly background is everything to me. I was like, this is so bad. I loved it. Thank you. I hear you, Drag Race. You got the set updated. You putting that money to good use. This is cute. It did kind of remind me a little bit of Philippines a tad bit, except that's the whole wall, bitch. But it just gave me that feel of what the fantasy is going to be for the runway, and that you're going to have it changed up for each and every week. It's not just going to be random flashing lights, you know. So that, thank you. I thought this was cool. We got some super chats. Membrillo. Hey, how you doing, babe? How likely do you think the other girls will know? Oh, sorry. How likely do you think the other girls will now be to help Anya going forward? I think a minority of people will be helping her going forward. Just saying, if she's still there. Just saying, because I feel a lot of the girls are on Jules' side of this, but there's a certain set that are just kind of like, girl, you did what you did. It's whatever. Vibe UK 2003. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, babe. I love Anya though. The vibe is real with her. By the way, I don't want to go off topic, but Maddie, I just watched the season finale of I did too, bitch. Of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Dear God, that was a finale. Heather, my linebacker, gay. That was the messiest thing ever. Let's go in our phones and pull up the nastiest message that we said about somebody, and then we're gonna delete it and burn it, but we're gonna say it to each other's faces. That is the messiest game ever. If y'all are housewives people, Salt Lake City honestly is one of the best series right now. Currently, it's been a wild season. And I mean, the fact that they're surpassing Atlanta is sad, because Atlanta used to be the only and that girl in the top echelon of the shows, but it's been falling off lately. They need Lanathia back. But Salt Lake City, I'm having a good time. If you haven't seen it and you get a chance to, I think you can watch the episodes on Peacock. So it's a good show. 300 people in the room. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get on with the runways, please. I also know I have a poll that's set up here about your overall thoughts with this episode. I always forget about these, for apologies for doing that. But 255 of you, 58. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's going up. It keeps moving. 266 right now. There we go. thoughts after this week's episode. This was a good one. 44% of you, 14% of you said feeling my Joella fantasy. 36% of you said the drama was giving, and 6% of you, meh. Meh. Appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Let's get to the first queen on this list. If you want to vote in the live chat, numbers are necessary and perfectly acceptable. Number 1 is for everything. That girl, she gay. It needs to be in the books. Record keeper. 2, it's okay. Not my favorite. Things we would change. Not the worst thing in the world. I'm all right with it. It's okay. 3, chop her. This is the ball. She does not need to move on with the category. You brought shame to your house. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. As much as I feel bad for them in this situation, this is not their geesh and their, full bit. I'm not going to do that full, I love them, so we're not going to give them. This was ugly. This was a hot chop from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. Boo girl. No ma'am. And I hate that for her. I hate it for her. Like, we don't do regular beats and we gave this. You know what I mean? And I'm almost like, I wish you had prepared a regular beat. Because right now, all right, this wig ain't doing nothing. The dress doesn't. I wish they just draped. You know what I'm saying? Like, help your. Why are you getting her to construct a hoops, girl? I needed one of the sewers be like, bitch, we can just drape this and we just pin this together and then glue that on. I mean, it is a competition. You don't need to help her, but like, I would have helped if I knew what I was doing in that moment. And Lucky asked me, put her in a very easy direction. This doesn't look like it was easy to do. This looks like you had to do a lot, actually. I forgot that coffee is like an appetite suppressant sometimes. I haven't eaten today, and my stomach just let me know, hey, girl. And I'm like, no, we're doing the runway. We're almost done. I have like maybe another 45 minutes left in me. Yeah. Get that agua going, okay? Monopulence. As a reminder for the category, it is based off of Monopoly, but they're supposed to give opulence. You own everything. Grandeur. Delve Wild, shut up. 45 minutes. Right. Oh, don't read me. Okay, hold on. Beast of Mateo, thank you for the super chat. Lucky looked like that messy straight man from the old school makeover challenge seasons 4 or 6. You choose. I would say that one guy who was mad that I guess that one guy who used to date trans women who was upset that now needs to go online and decide to be that kind of person and let us know that he dresses up like this, so he's making fun of them even though he's the ass of the whole situation, and it makes not a lick of sense because everyone clocked his team. He figured out why. I forgot about that. Yeah, I had to mute all that. I did. I had to mute all that because I was like, what is this nonsense? That girl. That girl. Hello, Janae. Hello, everyone. I know you lying. I know you have lost your absolute fucking mind. Excuse me. I know you are lying, Nina. I know you have lost every bit of your mind. Couldn't be you. Couldn't be. Come here, big girl. Come here. Let me see you. Come here. Did you get... Oh, my God. Nina. Come here. Let me look at you. I know. Let me look at you. Let me look. Come here. Oh. Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy, God Almighty, that little girl. Okay. Oh, God. She was in the kitchen sink. She was in the kitchen sink. Oh, I'm upset. Now I got to put foil all over my countertops tonight. I already did all this with Mamu. Okay. And Mamu don't hop on no counters because he's a good boy. Miss Girl, a tortoise cat, different story. She's a talker, she's a yeller, she's a screamer. Like, she needs to tell me everything. Like, whenever she's doing anything and she's going to the bathroom, I have to know it. She will let me know when she's pooping and peeing. She will let me know when she's done before she does it. Like, I love her to death, but I swear to God, in my sink, I'm glad the sink was clean, but I'm over here like, no. All right, let's get past Lucky Stars. Let's move on. My child is driving me crazy. Okay, now I know what you do when I'm not home. You have been clocked. And see, this is why I'm glad I clean my counters every goddamn day. Mona Lisa as Tennessee Avenue. And as a reminder for voting 1 if it's everything, 2 if it's okay, 3 if it's no. This is gorgeous. I thought this was pretty. I enjoyed it. Very well done. Personally, I was like, oh. And you gave the goldfish, you mentioned what you wanted to do with this, and I could see the story that you were telling. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, even with it, didn't even need the jewels if you were going to be real. But like she said, the gluing effect on the dress gave a scaling tease where it had to go. But I liked it. I did. I love y'all. Nia talking about I still want her gone though, but she could sew. Oh, I'm sorry, that's real. But you gave credit. You gave credit, so there it is. Hey, at least you gave credit. That's funny though. Vita was having big fun. She sure was. Little mama. Okay, I gotta take some things down. Oh, she is definitely in trouble when I'm done with this live. She is definitely in trouble because now I got to put foil all on them countertops. And let me tell you something: when Mamu jumped up there the first time, and that foil was up there, and that slip boom back, oh, gagged him. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do you the same way, and you're gonna hate it because with Babu, that's how he doesn't jump on those counters. I learned that from uh, Jackson Galaxy. That's where I learned that little trick from. Mm-hmm. This is pretty though. I like it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to her because we don't do nothing with cat. Girl, you putting your hands on a cat ain't gonna do shit. It's gonna make that cat hate you. But talking to them, oh, I give a stern speak. Yes, very much a speech. Lexi Love, New York Avenue. I'm so glad she did the roll the fabric stunt. So glad she did this. I liked it personally. Is it opulence? She owns everything? No. But is it fashion? I think so. I think so. I thought she was pretty. I liked it. I'm sorry. I like the gag. I was like, yes, the photo fabric. I thought it was so cool. Oh my goodness. And the mug was wuggy. I thought the mug was wuggy. Wuggy mug. Muggy was wuggy. It's not opulence, but she's pretty, and it was gorgeous. And I linked up. I cannot believe she was in my sink. I'm still gagged. I have never. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I'm like, and you do it during a video? I'm like, can I see you? Are you wet? Like, did you track all that? Did you get water there? Oh God. Okay, sorry. Enigma. I got to give it to them. I feel that Emmy is theirs this season. It may go to Traders again because after everything that's been going on, but the way the camera has been working for their runways, I have been mad impressed. Like mad impressed by it. It's been wonderful, for real, for real. Hold on. I'm sorry, my friend is messaging me. I'm in the middle. Okay, sorry. We're trying to do a game night tonight. Game night tonight. Gonna go out, have some drink. We're not doing that, but we're playing Munchkin. And I'm the current reigning supreme still. Am I? Yes, because the last game didn't count. Matt, thank you so much for the tippy boo on Venmo. Thank you, booms. I'm gonna read this. Sending some love since you deserve it. You and the panel always keep me company at work. Oh, amazing. You got a panel tomorrow, Burbs. You make it a good time with your thoughts. Y'all always have me cackling. Thank you so much, Matt. Check us out tomorrow. We will be live, honey. Let's see here. Mina. All right, past Lexi Love. I like this. Susie Toot is next. Kentucky Avenue. What are we thinking of Susie Toot? Susie Toot. The devil is in the details. I think it's cool how she made the devil's hat with the materials that were provided. Personally, I thought this was nice. It's in the 2 range for me. It's more leaning into the 1 though, because I thought it fit very well. It fit very, very well. Very well. You know, but this to me is on the same level of like how Anya's look was really good and it was well done, but it was a simple silhouette and it looked really nice. But I liked it. So I'm here for it. She's getting not even a 2. It's a 1.5 for me. Where it's simple, but it's like, okay, Susan. All right, Suzanne. I like this. Yeah. And again, it fits and it looks good. She has shape. I was like, oh, Susie got a body. Come on, boy. She said duct tape and fabric for the hat, right? Michaela, teach me. I was like, that's very impressive. And she did keep her signature. She didn't have to change her style up too much. And made something and constructed it out of like duct tape. I'm wondering if forgive me for saying this because I'm not trying to bring Lucky down, but I'm like maybe because it was just overwhelming in the moment that they couldn't think outside the box for a second. Because I'm thinking, well, if Susie made this out of that and put this with her look, and then technically wouldn't, because I know Lucky could probably work some fucking duct tape down. Like maybe the dress wouldn't have been there, but it could have created something to go that's more essential to you versus having, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I think they got up here and it like really hit because Mama was crying, you know. So yeah, I don't know. Not for the whole outfit, Sasha, but more like, you know, she does headpieces, and that's a signature that Rue even knows herself, right? And was thinking like, how are you going to do this? And she's like, I'm gonna do something different. It's like, oh, you want to do this on the 3rd episode? Okay. Do you feel me? Like, I'm not taking her down. It's just, I think you got in your head and you couldn't think in terms of how you're going to make this you because it felt like everything about it was not you. And so you couldn't find the joy in the experience of making the outfit and it translated in the look. And I'm thinking if Lucky could have taken just a beat back, literally, and been like, I can do something when making a headpiece may not be the most humongo thing ever, but it'll be something that's me, paint my face around it, and then make something underneath. At least it'd have been more essentially them, right? And again, as a friend, I would have been like, let's make something easy, not this hoop skirt dress nonsensical moment. Feel me? Like it would be like, I just would, I don't know, but it's a show, it's a competition, it is what it is. But I think that Susie too, for sure, yeah, did what needed to be done. I'm gonna be real with you. This was my winner. This was my winner for this week. This was mine down, baby. Arietti. It smells good. I loved all of this. Head to toe, especially that wig. My God in heaven, it's blessed. That wig is nasty. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. There is someone else who I'm actually going to say also was very close to her, but she was safe. And I was like, what? Because I didn't have Sam as my number one. No shade. But there was somebody in another outfit. I was like, I could have seen up there with her. But Miss Thing, Miss Thing, this is pretty. I thought this was beautiful. I loved it. This is my kind of geesh. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yes. I like that she also didn't do the severe thing with her makeup, which I personally don't mind the elf ears and sort of the alien-esque look that she does. It's a signature for her. And I appreciate Michelle like being like, yes, you did take down that white on your nose. I think honestly, the way this is even done, even if she did this again with the mug, I think it looks fine. Personally, I like her mug. I think her eye makeup is phenomenal. Oh, so yes, I'm a fan. But you it's right, Jose. It's changed up her makeup, but it's still her. You can see it's like that signature. I don't know. I live, but I high key think that Crystal, when we get there, should have also been on the top this week. Lana Jure is next. Lana, this is a 2, and I stand on it. It's a good 2. Okay, it's a decent 2, sister. It's a nice cocktail dress. I wish there wasn't so much of those appliques on there for some reason. It didn't need that many, in my opinion. It's nice. It's okay. It's not the category in my opinion. It's very cocktail dress for that. But I think she still looks like she would have some money or someone's cards in her purse, possibly. I don't know, but yeah. She was lucky to not be low, quite frankly. I mean, her and Corey have the same length of dress, high key, but presentation's different for both of them, and she served it a little bit more. I thought it was still nice though. It's not an ugly dress out by any means. I'm like, she's still pretty. This is pretty, but I wasn't like opulence. You own everything, but she's pretty. She owns something. She owns more than Bren. Oh. Oh my God. Real Housewives of New York City shade. Anywho, let's move on. In case you forgot, with Atlantic Avenue, give her a guitar and a microphone. This is the outfit. I'm just going to tell you now. Give her a guitar and give her a microphone because this is the look. It is. Not opulence. It's nice. It's well constructed. It is. It's well constructed. It's well constructed. I'm trying to say something else. It's well constructed. It is. It's very well constructed. It's well constructed. They sewed this. Yes, they did. I wouldn't absolutely not wear. I wouldn't wear this, but at the same time, this is her aesthetic. It's giving Dolly at a certain time in her life, and that is somebody we clearly see she's inspired by, as well as designing women, Golden Girls, 1980s tees. The breast biblical is giving a wonky circumcised penis, if you will, uncircumcised, I should say, for how the turtleneck is turtling right now. I can't chop this. I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm unable to. And not because she's a Libra and not because I have a week from her, high key. It's just like we think about this and I compare it to the first girl who just went, no, bitch, this is constructed. She actually made this garment and it's done. It's just not our styling and our taste. But I'm not going to bullshit and be like, girl, how dare. No, it's actually very well made. I just don't think I would want to wear something like this. And that's the idea. This is her aesthetic. It's a 2 for me. I wouldn't wear it, but I'm like, bitch, she made this girl low key and helped Joella with that bodysuit. So, or Leah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So My Libra has really clocked it. I'm trying to tell you, it's a new year for Matty. I did not really care for the top part of it, but again, like, it's well constructed. I think it's better than Corey's, and I love me some Corey. I love you, Corey, but girl, I said, you really thought this was gonna keep you safe? You sure, friend? It's a decent made dress, very short dress, right? And you trimmed it. It's a hard two for me because I can't. Again, I didn't really find chops except for Lucky's outfit because I was just like, absolutely not. Maybe something else. I don't know. This gave RuPaul in Asia high key in that one picture I remember her having with all like the fur and the feathers. I think in that little headpiece, it was like yellow or orange or something. It's not opulence. I'm so glad T.S. Madison called you a hooker. I really am. And I'm glad you received it too, because yes, but it definitely did give a little, around the corner, here she come, that girl with the big shoe. Okay. Them Noah's arcs that you had on your feet, bitch, I was cackling. I could hear them. The stress. Gotta love them 15s. Come on, Corey. I was like, bitch, I know you're carrying every animal. Do you understand me? And them bastards. One shoe went through the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. The other shoe had to go through the storms, honey. I'm telling you, it made past the New and Old Testament. My God. I love this bitch, though. I do. I do. But I was like, girl, please. When I saw this, I said, girl, please. Love you now, but who? Love you, but no. Lydia Butthole Collins, Marvin Gardens. I'm sorry. No shade. People say this was in the top for me was wild. It's still not ugly by any means necessary, but this was the most astronomical amount of fabric that almost didn't give a shape at certain points in time until she had to put it and go where it needed to go. It's a good two for me, a good two. But like Crystal say, this should have been. I was like, oh. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's not bad. It's just a lot going on. I was like, okay, we needed somewhere to, okay, cut that. At least cut the trim of something. It could drape down, but don't let that sucker. It looked like you had to pull the fact. I don't know. It still wasn't horrible. I just wanted a focal point that wasn't look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. It was like whoop, 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 whoop. But Lydia got the talent though. She can sew, bitch. She can sew, and it wasn't just a dress with 3 holes like Jones, or was it Crystal? A slip dress, but still, it just was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's still not bad though. Oh, the Twitter gay swear she ate this up. Half of them are underage, child. So it goes off of what does my body shape look like on television, and I'll celebrate it. But let me also not do that because I like Lydia. I would tell you, Quan, I can give one fuck about any opinion on there. I've had enough of that site. I've had enough of it. You hear me? I've had enough of Elon Musk rats. I've had enough. I just do not care no more about people on there. It's like, oh, everybody crazy. The end. Joella is next. This could have been worse. She said, baby, I am selling this garment. They cannot take me, girl. I said she got one more Av in her. Oh God. Okay. So opulence. No. I thought this was Bowser's shell being thrown at somebody in a Mario Party game, bitch. Like we're crossing islands, if you will. And instead of you, matter of fact, you're on Peach's cake, okay? This is the level, bitch. And you land on his spot, and that man give you a birthday cake with his shell, honey, with some candles on top. Girl, no. It's still not the worst thing I've ever seen on Drag Race. You do look like you're about to say, but no. I don't want you stealing a star from me. Mm-mm. 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 I can see you driving that little mini car. Bum, 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 bum. We get a new game with her soon too, bitch. I'm excited. I'm so glad they're doing the old style now. I'm actually happy we're getting a new Mario Kart game, because I thought that was gonna be it, bitch. For be honest, I thought Mario Kart 8 was gonna be another 10 years of that. I swear to God, I was like, wow, we get a new one after you just made us pay for all the DLC for an old ass game. Nintendo's wild. Oh my goodness gracious! Listen, hey, you know what? This is definitely the green shell. It's definitely the green shell. It's not homing, but if you line it up just right, you can take somebody out. Mm-hmm. Matty the shoes. I'm so mad that I just now saw those. Why would you point that out, Ryla? Why would you point them shoes? I was letting that go. I must have gave up on the shoes and said I'm not gonna talk about it. Whoa. Ooh. Shout out to Nintendo for saying you're getting the same console but bigger. You're gonna like it. Very excited. Heading out tonight. Love you. Thank you, Crash, for the super chat. Love you too. I'm still buying it, bitch. I'm still getting that mother. Please. Nintendo has a hold on my pocketbook. They've had it since Super Nintendo. Actually, the first Nintendo, if you will, because that's how I started playing Nintendo. So they got me. Good for her though. She's got confidence, and that is something. I think that should be admired. And honestly, she carried Untucked. So as much as I'm like, girl, don't throw her at me. Like, yeah. You feel me? Like, as much as this is like I don't see you lasting. But at the same time, I said the same thing about Summer on Baddies, and she's still there looking a fool, but everybody like her. Same wig every fucking week, borrowing wigs from other girls. But hey, I mean, people are entertained. Sound like she on that scissor, but whatever. Okay, on my mama. All right. Shot o'clock. On Your Nerves next. North Carolina Avenue. Girl, Natalie, half of her was in that trailer for Baddies Africa, Piece to Mateo. I hope you understand that. Half of her was wearing that authentic cloth, if you will. But moving forward, On Your Nerve, not from her mama's side, is next. I like this a lot. And while it is a simple dress, I'm with Rue and I'm with the judges in terms of presentation being key. Is this more detailed than some dresses? No. Is it sold very well? Yes. And just like me, presentation is everything to where something so simple can look so good. And she sold the fuck out this dress. She sold it down. From the little cigarette holder that she was holding to the way she was walking with it. I assumed she had money. I assumed she didn't drive her car, carriage and buggy. I assumed. So to me, she pulled that category together, and I thought it was well done. It is a simple dress, but she made it very nice and very well done. So, and she's padded for filth. When she said old money, my daddy's grandfather's money, I said, come on, generational wealth. I was like, okay. I liked it, but I thought the presentation was everything. Jules Sparkles. Is the trim that you're talking about, Jules, that you're mad that she took? Because yes, it looks just like that. What's in your hair? Because that's kind of what it looks like. Is that the same trim? Because this is the trim I think she's talking about right here in this hat. And then we get here to the look. That's the same trim. I wanted to show you the difference with the lighting and how it makes a complete difference. Like you see Jules in the back with that bright light behind her. Okay, let's give her some warmth. Bam. Like it makes a complete difference. I like the ruching detail, and I think that's beautiful. And I love that there was a lot of work put into this. I don't care for the dress because to me, she had to wiggle walk in it and not actually strut down. So it took me out of the like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, I gotta walk like this with it. It was like, okay, what's happening here? But there are parts of this I really do like a lot. I kind of wish she didn't put that down the middle. And I'm thinking, was there a different idea and that's just kind of how it went? Because to me, it felt like wouldn't that have made more sense on the sides? Like maybe that's what it was. And she needed the longer part of it to go down the side. I don't know. Like I don't know what the idea was here, but there's elements I like, elements I don't like. I do still think she's pretty. But it's like the Gautier reference is gorge. You know, I love a little Gautier, but it's like beautiful fabric. She chose very well with that. Very well. Yeah. I don't know. It was. I'm doing this with it. Like I like this. I like that. I don't know about this. Yeah. One of those. One of those. One of those. So I'm conflicted, but I don't hate it. Sam Starr with Park Place is next. I thought this was well done. I want the hat to be so much bigger. Like so much bigger than what it is. And it kills me. I thought this blue was lovely. And I thought what they did, especially with putting on those appliques on top of this top part here to give that, very much print with the top going into the like it's very well done. And it's really good, but I want that hat to be disgustingly obnoxious, and it's not, and it bothers me. And that little pussycat wig underneath doesn't do what it needs to do for this to be, in my personal opinion. I think that blonde washes her a tad bit. I kind of, am I saying, oh, do I want redhead this year? I guess I do. I wish it was red. I low key wish it was a copper tone pussy. If it was a cat wig, I'd catch my pussycat wig, if you will. But like, I don't know. Like, I still think it looks nice for what it is. It's a 1.5 for me for sure on a number scale, where I would change very small things up if for me, just from my taste level. But everything else I think is beautifully done and very well constructed. Leah, it was not cerulean, but yes. I was like, cerulean is a little lighter, isn't it? It's not that deep of a blue. It's a bit of a lighter blue color. I was like, is that? Oh no, that's cerulean. Membrilla, thank you for the super chat. She won with Grover Couture Realness. Oh, listen. And can't. I still thought it was nice. I still have Arietti in my top position, but I'll be honest with you. I thought Crystal's look should have been in the top. I think Sam's was great, and I commend Sam for the work because it looked good. I think Crystal's, though, was that girl. I'm so sorry, Samantha. To me, like, I would have swapped those two. I'd have swapped those two. It's fine, wild card. We can disagree. It's cool. But I think that this was pussed out. I don't know why. I enjoyed it. The one thing I would take away from this is the big ass fucking bows. That's the only thing I was like, why are they so big? But like, because to me, it doesn't have to be, it's very draggy. So that's why it's like, okay, that's fine. This is a drag competition. But to me, I'm like, I wish those bows weren't that big. You know what I mean? But to me, I like this. This is more my vibe in terms of feeling the opulence of this all. I think her mug is incredible. Oh my God. And you see what color hair she did? I'm saying this is why I like it. She did the right color hair with that blue. It looks so good together, baby. It looks so good together. And to me, it was just giving me what I needed a little bit more. But they both did very good for the blue girls, in my personal opinion. But she did the right color hair for that blue. Look at how that looks. Oh, just chef's kiss. I think that color hair with blue is one of the best things ever to touch the planet. That combination is perfect. Like, thank you. But yes, I thought this was fabulous. To be honest, this was not a bad design challenge for the majority, if you will. And they did a very good job for what it's worth. There weren't that many girls that didn't know what they were doing, if we can say that. Even the girls for outfits that we didn't like, they knew how to make something. They had a pattern. They knew what they were doing. And it was kind of clear who we could see that would be in the bottom. Now, looking at this list, you can sort of tell where this is going, with the top girls being Ariete, Anya Nerve, and Sam Starr, and the bottom girls being Joella, Corey King, and Lucky Stars. I still would have switched Sam out with Crystal. Would I have kept Anya up there? Kind of wanted to do that just for TV purposes. I know that would have pissed Jules off and it made good television. It did later. Would I switch her with anybody? I don't think so. I will have an answer tomorrow for the panel. Let me think on that if I would do it. That was the only one I thought about where I was like, Sam's is nice, but I preferred, there we go, preferred Crystal's presentation, in my opinion. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, and I could tell from basically judging, it was going to be Lucky versus Joella. I knew Corey was good. There was too much good banter back and forth. They gave her a compliment on top of, well, you look a little cheap, and then it went into like, Mama, what's going on over here? T.S. Madison, back-to-back episodes. You have given me everything I needed and then some on this panel. This is also the second time you've said someone's name and paused to be like, and it was Joella. Rue cackles at that. I cackle at that. Like, it's one of the funniest things. I also thought she was giving with this wig, mother. Come on, man. But I was just Joella. Right. It was, you are beautiful, Joella. Oh, she's a good permanent judge. Just saying. She's actually a very good permanent judge. Like, y'all could keep her in there. I think we'll have a good time. Good time. Her and Sandra Bernhard were funny. Like, I like Sandra Bernhard too, but like Sandra was doing the work as well. I said, okay, this is a good panel, but I'm shocked that Sandra was there. I know she likes fashion. Sandra does like fashion, but like, I'm shocked she wasn't there for a roasting challenge or something to do with comedy, if you will. I kind of wish that she was there for more of that, or could have been a what's the word I'm looking for? Not the rose acting challenge or something like that, but you know. She didn't mention Pose and Untucked because they just asked her the question, what was her favorite thing that she did? But they did show that she was on the show Pose. They had a whole picture of her and I think Pray Tell from when her time was on Pose. They just asked her what her favorite project was, and she mentioned the one where it was her body of work. But Sam Starr is the winner of the challenge. Congratulations to Sam Starr. They got $5,000. Ariete wanted to win, I know. And, you know, Anya was happy that they were in the top and did a good job this week. Corey King was saved. Lucky Stars versus Joella. And they got a Paula Abdul song. I have a few things to say, so the disclaimer may be necessary because sometimes, people just cannot take it. It's for entertainment. Calm down. Here we go. Bitch. This was a mess. It could have been a double. Sorry about it. Not really. Like, where do I begin? Okay. I thought this was going somewhere in the beginning. And I was like, okay, we got something going on right now. I'm like, okay, Joella, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now, again, Joella, you're going to have to forgive me. You talked mad shit. You talked mad game. Bitch, I buck, I twirl, I turn. Honey, I saw 45-degree angle kicks. I saw you hitting the potato. I saw you hitting the couch. I didn't know what moves they were, but I assumed they were objects that do not move. Round things, if you will. Miss Thing, you look like a stress ball out there dancing. An AI video, if you will. But then I'm over here on Lucky, and I'm like, is this your first time in heels? What's going on today? Hey, Amrika. I couldn't do it. I was over here like, this is wild. Like, here go one shoe. I thought, okay, what are we gonna do? Here go, Mama said I'm about to get a little sexy. I said, okay, she pulled it together, y'all. It's all right. Come on, Luck. Here go the other shoe. I said, oh no, we okay. Sit there and pray tonight. I was like, this ghost face killer right here, bitch. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I was just watching this going, there's no way. This is not happening. This is not. What? You're kidding me. She twirls and twirls. Oh. I was howling. And I knew in my mind, I wanted to turn around and go, can anyone else not dance in this group? I need to know now. I thought she was, you say she was flagging down traffic. I thought she was giving instructions on how to blow into a life vest on a United flight, sweetie. I thought she was telling us where the exits were, front, back, and to the sides. You telling me she was directing traffic? Oh no. I thought we were about to get on the board, bitch. I thought we were about to watch a video. 2, I thought we were. Here are your exit signs. You got to pay for snacks now. Did you know that? Fuck it. I'm angry. Everybody say love. Chop. Sister Lucky, hold on. I saw you possibly pass out. I don't know. What was this? Like, you slipped on a banana peel? Like, I know you're on a Mario Kart track facing Joella because, clearly, like, that you're following the green shell around the track right now. I don't know if you know what's up. But, like, did you slip on Donkey Kong's banana peel or something? Like, what happened? You good? Bam. I was like, oh. You don't do that move. Don't do it no more. Stop it. Did I still have a good time? Absolutely. Did I still have a great time? Absolutely. But I don't like wins by default. I miss the days where girls were actually punished for like not giving what needed to be gave. And I saw someone do and another girl go shoes off, walk around. You also didn't lip sync for half the song. That's how I know Joella won. Because they even zoomed in on her face and Lucky was like walking across the stage, mouth closed. I was like, I still feel that it sucks that they're put in this position on a design challenge when they are a creative individual and they could not get out of that headspace of, I don't know what I'm doing and just trying to make something work. And I think that something could have happened. They could have worked. Like Susie tells us she made a whole fucking hat out of fucking duct tape, dreams, and I'm just saying. So I think she got in her head and it really hit. And she was just trying her best, but a lot of pressure at home, a lot of pressure there, and the feeling of dread consumed Lucky. And that's how I'm looking at the situation. That's what I read from watching this episode. And I feel bad for them because I know they had a lot in line. They were trying to do something here. But like, now they get an opportunity to pull the lever and see if they're saved. Wonderful, right? Well, you know, apparently they forgot the cord this week because it did not work for Lucky Stars. And there was a new sound of womp womp. If you, unfortunately, that horn was crazy. That would really hurt my like, whoa. Oh wow. Okay, so I have to go home. Damn. Last words, RuPaul, it's just the stars. So was Jamar, Rami. That'll be another story another day. I feel bad for Lucky, but I also, to me, they were the worst of the night in terms of the look, and the lip sync wasn't that helpful. Joella, as much as I'm like, hot chop, that bitch has something to give in terms of entertainment. Delulu, but entertainment. So I kind of was like, 2 Untucked. Lightly before we wrap this video up today, because I'm almost at the 2-hour marker here. Proud of me. Oh, they were mad. Crystal was like, how in the fuck? Crystal was not feeling Anya, and neither was Jules. You remember earlier in the workroom, and they're feeling some kind of way. And Jules was like, I would be gagging at the fact that Anya would be in the top, knowing what happened in our situation. It almost felt like, so were you thinking she was going to be in the bottom compared to everything that was up there just based off of what went down? Or what? Because I'm looking at who was up there, and I know for sure it wasn't just a top 2 and a bottom 4. That wouldn't make a lick of sense. Not this early in the competition. So yeah, but then them saying that Lydia should have been the top with them was also like, oh no, we're just speaking. Okay, we're just talking. Okay, got it. We're just talking. Cool, that's fine. People talk. Talk you will. This deserves an Emmy. One of the wildest moments in Untucked history out of every bit of, like, they maybe top 3 in delusional. What did she just say? Are you for real? Bitch, I didn't live in LA that long, but even I know better. I didn't even, I still visit every year. You know what I'm saying? But even I know better. I know better. I know better. This was wild. This lady said, you know, when the girls from LA and like the local queens come out here and they're icons in their cities and they don't do well, and I just don't want to let anyone down because like a lot of people are like looking for me to do. And I'm like, I follow so many of the local LA. I follow so many of girls who haven't even been on Drag Race yet that so should be on Drag Race. Every single person was talking about Joel. Everybody was like, we don't know her. Who is this girl? Girl, what is she talking? It was wild. I'm not taking this away from Joella, but it's the fact that I'm looking at social media, people I know going, who is this? And what do you mean she's... It's the faces in the room on top of it. Like, she is going through over this. Crash, thank you for super chat. Is Joella famous in different Los Angeles, like a Los Angeles, like North Dakota? Like there is a Paris, Texas. So that I mean, to me, I felt like she was talking like as if she was Mayhem, because Mayhem actually has like full on, like a staple, like full bit. Everybody in LA knows who Mayhem is. You know, when Mayhem was like, girl, like a lot of people looking up to me. I almost was like, is she just taking that speech a little bit and turning it into her own kind of thing? Like, is that what's happening here? Like, is this what this is? Like, I'm so confused. Well, no, because this one actually wears heels, Isaiah. So I wouldn't say it's giving that girl. The faces they made were priceless. The girls were just like, what? It was Joella for me. I'm sorry, not Joella, but Jules. I forgot to get the photo, but Jules does this bit where she puts her hand over her mouth and then takes it back, but then puts it back like as if I wonder what she wanted to say. Oh, but Sam was me. Sam, like, girl, if this is what it is out there, honey, no, I won't be coming back. I said, now that was She Devil worthy of a read. That was funny. Round 2 fight. Baby Anya and the girls got into it again, in reference to the, you took this from me and I felt some kind of way, and we didn't think that you were in the top because you had a basic dress, and a lot of us put way more work into ours. And, it was a full on that, to where Anya was like, well, I sold mine better, and that to them did not matter because, well, we're still saying again, we did more work than you. So as much as you want to sell it, it's still a simple dress. And Anya's like, and the category was opulence, and I served that. So, right. Don't end up in a group with those two, bitch, and then go, I need some trim. I also want to say, Audia, maybe thinking about this from Jules' perspective, you did ask for some help, and she did, and then now it's like this is what's going on. I don't know. It's a lot. But yes, I'm still here for the foolishness. Oh no, Audia was like, it's fine because the judges are judging her this week, right? This ain't no Raider Queen today. This ain't no Raider Queen today, bitch. Y'all do not have your fates in my fate in your hands. No, no, no. So be mad, but also Jules, yeah, Jules is hot. Not feeling it. Crystal's like, girl, please. It's gonna be an interesting seasoned. It's gonna be an interesting seasoned. Yes, it will. Sandra Bernhard came backstage to talk about her, journey and her career, as well as, some words of advice that was lovely. And to wrap up this review today, Joella continuing to do the Lord's work in one of the most unnecessary moments I've ever seen. I think this may be the most unnecessary moment ever, but like a gag. Unnecessary, but very, very, very gag. Sister, hey, sister, hey, I just want to tell you something, okay? Grabs her hand, touches this bitch, transference of energy. I don't like that kind of stuff, okay? I always feel like when people touch you and they have feelings like that are negative or like not good, that is like you pushing that onto another person. I don't like that kind of shit. So I wouldn't have grabbed this baby's hands, but like she's gonna sit there and say, like, fully got her to think that she actually gave a fuck and that it was gonna be something sweet. Talking about, I don't think I'm gonna go home this evening. And I'm like, what? Like, wait a minute, you stopped. You stopped to say that? That's what you stopped to say? You actually stop. Hold on, y'all. There's somebody outside my door talking. It's a little loud here. Let me make sure I gotta put something on because I'm hearing it in my headphones. It's a little loud. Okay, yeah, it was disrupting the way I'm speaking here. Had the nerve to sit there and say that shit and talk about, I'm not going home this week, and it was fun seeing you and meeting you. Yeah, let's put on a show and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, and Lucky over here talking about, I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't know why you just let her do that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all, real quick. Sorry, there's the whole congregation outside my neighbor's apartment. So I'm glad we're wrapping this up soon here because I can't. If I hear someone speaking when I'm speaking, I'm like, my whole mind gets off track. Uh, this was crazy. This was funny though, and very like, you're going home today, and I'm gonna miss you. And I know we're going against each other, but I'm letting you know right now, I'm gonna beat you, and I love you. Okay, I love you, girl. I can't wait to like see you after this. I would need sage. I would need sage in a bath with some holy water and a benediction. You hear me? Ain't no way that lady just grabbed my hands and put that kind of fuckery on me. Hajul, no. This was great. This was good TV. That was probably one of the best ways to wrap up Untucked. It is sad that we didn't get to see Lucky Pack and go like they normally do, but like this has been one of the most well-rounded moments as far as Untucked goes for me. As far as there was like people who were emotional because they were in the bottom, there was a little bit of shade here and there. There was a conversation that was legit real. There was stupidity all around. I'm loving the season. I very much am loving the season. I gotta say, for 3 episodes, this has been a nice wild ride. I love the cattiness. I love the competitive nature, and I do like the fact that the girls are taking it serious and not taking it serious at the same time. It's been fun. I'm just concerned about challenges going forward, and if they're going to be like good challenges, or it's going to get like repetitive and blah, 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 you know how it goes. So right now, so far so good, and I'm pleased as punch about it, and I'm just ready for it to continue on and going forward. So shout out to Drag Race right now. I think y'all have figured out something that's fun. I do say that the lever pull is kind of stupid. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm like, I would have wrapped that up. That's not for me particularly, but you know, I do like Raider Queen, and I like that y'all show the votes. But I don't know if we can do that again since the gimmick's kind of gone, and now they know they'll show the votes. So the poll this week had 384 votes. Thank you so much for voting today. This, as far as thoughts after this week's episode, 41% of you said this was a good one, 32% said the drama was giving, 19% said feeling my Joella fantasy, and 7% of you met the episode. I really do thank you for tuning in and listening to me talk about one of our favorite shows for quite some time, for 2 hours straight, if you will. Do me a favor, hit that like button before you walk out this door, and make sure you get in my comment section and talk about this episode. Whether you agree or not, I'd love to hear your opinions on who you thought was in the top, wins. Did you agree with this, that, and the other? Who would you rather have stayed? What you hope for with the show? What's going on? We had over 300 people in this live today during the live, at the same time live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. If you do want to drop it to people in my jar, please and thank you. It is paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. I will be back tomorrow for the panel with all my good friends to talk about this episode, as well as Canada's Drag Race, and to drag Snoop Dogg and Nelly for about 5 minutes, and Carrie Underwood. Village people, more people. Yep. Kidding. No, we're not. Yes, I am. Monday, we'll be talking about Traitors, season 3, episode 4. Gird your loins, because I'm gonna break that down. You know, Bob is my baby, but we got to. We have to talk about gameplay and everything and be real. So Traitors will be Monday, and tune in for that. Houston is getting a winter storm, so if there's any changes that happen because of the weather, and they are preparing us for possibly an issue like we had the last time in Houston with a winter storm, I will let you know if the schedule changes, loss of power, this, that, and the other. But I did go to the grocery store, and I'm kind of stocked up a little bit in terms of like if anything bad happens. Cat's got food, I got food. So everybody in Houston, just be safe. They're talking about it snowing out here and it being 6 inches of snow, 8 inches. And this is not normal. So yeah, we're kind of freaking out. And the grocery store was a little wild today. Like it was packed at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Packed at my Kroger's. And she don't ever get packed like that. So I was like, okay, people are taking this seriously. So wherever you're out in the world, I hope you feel love. And if you don't, you should definitely feel it here. I appreciate you so much for being part of my Rant Pack community. Y'all are the best ever. I shall see you tomorrow for the Je panel. Make sure you tune in to my Patreon for as low as $1 a month to check out my reactions to all of these episodes that I've talked about this week. I also have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. I'm also bookable on Cameo, and I'm an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you want a free week on me, check me out on Paramount Plus as well. Thanks again for tuning in. Love you down. Y'all are the best. And I will see you for the next one. Goodbye.
Listen.